Hi, this is Greg with California GSP Rescue, and I'm on my way to pick up a couple dogs. You're going to want to watch the whole video to learn the story about these two dogs. And if you own a dog, please watch the video. There's an important message about how these dogs are coming to us that everyone needs to hear. I just got here. Let's go see these two pups.
My name is Maurice Ripke, and I am living in Wrightwood with my wife and my two dogs. We were living next to our dear neighbor. We knew him for 3 years. Unfortunately, as it tends to happen, he left us too early, and he had his two babies, two girls, Skye and Seqoia, beautiful GSPs. Before Tony passed, and way before then, we had always had conversations where if anything should happen to either one of us, the other would look out for each other's dogs. And that's what happened here. Unfortunately, Tony passed a month ago, and we've had the girls for a month, and they've been living in these crates that we have here, and they've been living okay with my other two dogs. It's gotten to a point where my wife and I have realized that these dogs, these GSPs, are a type of breed that require lots and lots of exercise. Lots of running, lots of being outdoors. We have a sizable backyard, but in our opinion, it isn't large enough for them to do what they're expected to do as the breed. So we did our research and we found Greg with his wonderful outfit. And he's here helping us relocate the girls. Again, I want to stress the necessity for these dogs to maintain a very physical agenda. Every day has got to be open for them in terms of running and exercising. They can't be indoors. Unfortunately, our dear friend Tony didn't do that particularly. He kept them inside. And as a result, his house, every piece of furniture. And it's not funny, but in retrospect, you kind of stop to think about why every piece of his furniture was always ripped up because the girls weren't getting the exercise that they needed. His yard is also not very large, so this is how these girls reacted to they being inside and such. So it's important for them to be constantly outdoors, constantly running, constantly exercising. And then once they come in, whether they sleep in a crate or comfortably with everyone else on the carpet or on the couch, or if you have other dogs, Tony used to cuddle with them and they used to sleep all together. So they do that. I was contacted by several residents here in town. They had found out that Tony had passed. And I was approached several times once they found out Tony had passed and that I had taken on the responsibility of looking out for the girls. The girls aren't fixed, so members of our community knocked on our door and thought that we may be interested in the breeding process, or whatever you call that, of these dogs, that they use the word lucrative a lot. My wife and I have been rescuing dogs, and we have rescues for as long as we've known each other, which is a couple of decades. And we don't believe in the breeding because there are many dogs out there now, not really in Wrightwood, but in Phelan, the town down the hill, where there are dogs on the streets. The breeding for these dogs, or in our opinion, any kind of dog, it's not the right thing to do. Suddenly you find yourself with a full litter of 10 dogs, and then sadly you may not be able to find homes for them, and things happen. They're taken to shelters and they're euthanized, and it's just not the way to do that. Not at all. We don't believe in it. We never will. And I think that what we are doing here today, with the help of Greg and his people, is the absolute correct thing to do. I know that they will take care of the girls.
So we have Skye and Seqoia, and we're going to find them great homes. That's a promise. And unfortunately, Tony and Maurice made an agreement, and Maurice and his wife really weren't capable of taking care of the girls like they thought they could. They did the research after the agreement was made, and while Tony, rest in peace, did what he thought was the right thing at the time. Who's going to take care of your dog if something happens to you right now? Right now is the time to reach out to your friends and family and not only just ask them, but vet them, making sure they can take care of your dogs. Maurice and his wife thought they could take care of Tony's dogs. They had every intention. However, they weren't familiar with the breed. And that's when they reached out for help. Let's go. If you're interested in learning more about either Seqoia or Skye, please submit that application so we can process it and see if they're a candidate for you. They are active, they're 2 years old, and they need a lot of exercise. In addition, Maurice and his wife had started them on training, and they're still gonna need continued training. These dogs cost Tony over $1,000 each. He spent over $2,000 for this pair of girls. These girls are gonna make somebody amazing pets, no question. They were loved, they were not abused, they were not mistreated. If anything, they were spoiled. And as Maurice put it, they've been learning manners the last 30 days in their house. Somebody is gonna get an incredible pet here. What I found amazing was when Maurice said he reached out to the breeder, and the breeder didn't offer to take the dogs back. The breeder referred him to us. We want to thank the Rescue Heroes. Without your support, it would be difficult for us to commit to helping Seqoia and Skye. They're going to need to be spayed. They're going to need to be brought current on their vaccines. They're going to need to be fed, and they might need in some other medical attention. Whatever they need, we will provide, thanks to the Rescue Heroes. Thank you. And if you're interested in learning more, click the link, and it'll take you to our website so you can learn more about becoming a Rescue Hero. Thank you.